Hi, welcome back to This Darn Chick. I am actually creating today with my new motif. I am going to go ahead and make a pillow for my room. This right here is the sublimation paper. So this area right here, I've created this on my iPad. It has some really pretty little blue flowers and some pink flowers, and it's going to go on to a piece of fabric that I've actually got right here, so you can kind of see where the fabric's at. Okay, let's kind of get this up here for you to kind of see what I'm doing here. All right, so this is the fabric. This is more of like a linen polyester, okay? So this motif should be able to go ahead and adhere to this linen polyester. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start that. Also, I wanted to show you, this is another pattern that I made. This right here, this pattern I did, it is also on spoon flower. This is a folder that I made. So I needed a couple folders. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and make my own. And so I can go ahead and use those. So this is another pattern that I also made that from my iPad that I downloaded to Spoonflower. So a lot of these motifs that they will definitely be on there. Now, when I printed out the first motif, I'm going to show you this. Let's get this out of the way here. Okay. When I printed it out first, I had to actually find out exactly what color that I wanted to do. So this is, if you notice the difference, this right here is actually printed from inkjet. Okay, this is just my inkjet. It comes off my inkjet printer. This is sublimation. Sublimation print is totally different. It could be a little bit darker, it could be a little bit lighter. It just depends on the type of fabric that you get. This one right here, when I did my settings, I put it on plain print, okay? So this is the motif that I got, the color that I got, which is really pretty. I do like that color. A little bit lighter than what I want. So that was just more of a print. This is 100% polyester right here. Very shiny. It's got a nice sheen to it. So the thing about this is once you go ahead and sublimate on polyester, it doesn't come off. You can wash it, you can dry it. It's not going to fade. It's not going to come off because that's what sublimation inks are actually for. So I'm going to put this to the side here. So this is the other color, okay? This is a little bit deeper than my first one that I did. So if you can see the difference in the samples here that I got. So this one's a little bit lighter. This is a little bit more deeper color. So to make my pillows with. This was only like a swatch of that 8.5 by 11. So this is just something, just a couple swatches that I made with that motif. Going back to this one, this is the linen that we're going to be doing this on. And this is the pretty pink and blue. So I'm going to go ahead, we're going to press that and I will be right back. So before we go ahead, you want to take your paper, okay? And you want to situate your motif. Which way do you want it? I want mine, I think that if I'm going to do mine, it's actually going to be kind of going up in a corner here. So I think that's what I'm going to do is turn it around. And I'm going to, well, let's see here. Which way do I want it? I think I'll pull it down here to this corner. So let's go to this side actually with this one. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and you're going to use your heat tape. You have to have heat tape for this. You can't use regular tape. Regular tape will actually melt and then it'll just wind up running your fabric. So you want to make sure that if you are using any type of tape, it has to be heat tape for it, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull out a few of these and we're just going to tape it down to the corners here. And then once we get it all taped down, that's when we're going to go ahead and heat press it. Make sure you don't have to have kinds of tape on this, but you do want to make sure that it doesn't slip or move out of the way. So let's take it over to the heat press and we'll be back. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to reveal it. This is on linen. Like I said, it's a linen. It's kind of like a linen polyester, which is really nice. So I'm going to go ahead, take this off here. And then this is what printed out. Now, how pretty is that? Very, very beautiful blue and pink motif. I'm actually going to go ahead. We're going to make a pillow into this. And I thought about possibly putting maybe this around it, but I haven't decided. I think it would be pretty, but I don't know if it's going to be like over the top. So, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and I'm going to make the back of this and we will go from there. But I love this. Do you see how pretty that it came out? Now it does show it. It's a little bit darker on screen than what I have, but it's very, very nice. I also made my curtains out of this. Just very, very pretty. These are some of the motifs that actually will be on the spoon flower once I put the link down. So let's go ahead. We're going to sew this pillow up and see what it looks like. Now, remember to, when you are getting ready to go ahead and sew your pillow, what you're going to do is you're going to put sides to sides, okay? You're going to put the outside, point it to the inside here, all right? And then we are going to pin all the way around this area here. Make sure, try to get it as close as possible. Sometimes if the pattern's off just a little bit, you can actually just trim around the sides. So I just go ahead and I just put a couple of pins into it. These pillows are so cool to make. You can actually go ahead and make them for your bed, for your living room, your dining room, I mean, these are just, it's a very, very cool little design to have. Pillows are a little expensive, so I always say, why not create your own? If you learn how to do your own things, you won't have to worry about buying so much, using so much of your money to buy something over the internet. So, you know, sewing is an art. A lot of people don't know how to sew. A lot of people don't know how to sublimate. That's why I'm here, so I can actually show you how to do these things and you can do it for yourself. So let's take this on over. We're gonna sew all 4 edges, okay, around. We are gonna leave a little opening here so we can kind of flip it in and out so we'll be able to stuff our pillow. Now we're gonna sew all 4 sides of this. Like I said, if the fabric's off, it's not a big deal. I am gonna go ahead and make it at least a little bit larger of a length. So it'd be 2.5 millimeters and the width would be 3.50, okay? So let's go ahead and we are going to just sew this. Make sure that this is, there's nothing in my way down here. Okay. Gonna pull my pin out. Fast and easy way to make yourself a nice little cushion for your chair. Usually take it, flip it up there. Go ahead, put your foot back down. Take this pin out, and then we're just going to sew all the way around the edges. Okay, so when you're ready, you want to go ahead and take some polyfill. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to stuff this in this area because we had to leave that 1/2 inch to 1 inch opening for our pillow. So we can actually go ahead and stuff it. And And then once we're done stuffing it, then we'll be able to sew that area up. Okay, so our pillow is done. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take this little piece off here, little piece here. There's always one or two little threads. And how pretty is that? Isn't that beautiful? I do love this one. I'm actually thinking about mixing this in with, I have a gold that's over here that I may wind up just mixing it in also with like an extra little small gold motif pillow. So I think that that would be really pretty. So let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up on this. If you have any questions, I'll be more than glad to answer these questions for you. Thanks for visiting this Darn Chick Studio, and you have a good night.